Hello, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Night City Sofa, our Saves First Death talk segment. Today, we're chatting about Cyberpunk RED's March DLC, all about agents. And I so am not following my script, which is a problem. All
I
right.
can tell.
Yeah, right? Normally, I'm much smoother at this intro. You can find all the monthly DLCs for Cyberpunk RED for free over at talsoriangames.com/downloadable content, or by clicking the link that Games is going to put in chat by hitting Bang Artal. So you can head on there directly, or if you're listening on, or if you're listening on YouTube, the link is in the video description. If you have any questions or comments while we chat, please feel free to post them. This is one of the few shows where we actually get to talk to you guys in real time, so let us know your thoughts on things. And before we get started, we're going to do some super quick introductions. I am Jessipurr, or Jess, and I will be your host for Night City Sofa this wonderful fine evening. And you can find me on socials, Blue Sky, Instagram, maybe YouTube. Patreon at Jessipurr or at Jessipurr's Tales, Tales. And I am joined by my lovely companions here.
Hi, I'm Games End. You can find me sometimes here and other times other places. Mostly just go to saves and you'll find me. My other stuff is so infrequent, I'm not going to advertise it, I suppose. You can look me up on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, anywhere, even probably on MySpace under Games End, so check it out.
Oh, MySpace, I forgot that was the thing.
I'm Erendiel. You can find me here, usually with the Indie Bandits, and occasionally with some of our extra one-shot things that we do. And like Games, my other stuff is not up to date, so we'll just keep that secret for now.
I mean, my stuff isn't up to date.
Your secret painting? Is that what you're talking about?
Secret paintings. Actually, yeah.
It's like Secret Tunnel, but different.
Yes.
Secret paintings.
I have an art show next month, and I'm frantically. It's a thing.
Is that what you usually do before art shows?
Yeah.
It's like, I've got these 12 pieces. I don't want to use any of them. I'm gonna make new ones.
Yeah.
I feel like that's all
artists. That's the ADHD.
I feel like that's all artists.
Not me.
Alright, per the screen you can see the front cover of All About Agents that we will be talking about today. It's written and designed by Fran Stewart and Jay Gray. And it's 11 pages, and it starts off with this massive history lesson as Three-Piece interviews his husband, Brain. I didn't realize they were a couple. I feel like I should have known this, and it was like spoken about probably in either Woodchipper's Garage or one of the Cybermist DLCs, and I just spaced it.
It may have been.
But I like that they, like, it's a lot more concrete now.
Addressed, yeah.
In this lore, yeah. So if you have those characters in your Night City, canon. Brain talks about how the agent started off as a toy made by Segatari back in 2019 that was powered by a self-adaptive pseudo-AI and had really crappy games. And then a hacker in Korea scripted an app that turned it closer to the agent that we know today and love, and sales skyrocketed. For those of you who might not know, your agent's a cell phone that's more like a digital personal assistant.
Yeah, they were like crappy Fisher-Price tablets, and then a hacker was like, I can make this into something neat.
They were like, you know what, I want it to organize my meetings for me, I want it to hold all my contacts, I want it to do all this wonderful stuff. And people were like, yes, we would like that too. And then Segatari dropped the ball, and I think Ziggurat and someone else picked it up and ran with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were really late to the party.
Yep. Now, of course, it's a fully...
Their BlackBerry.
Yes. Yeah. Agents now have a fully self-adaptive AI, or SAI, spelled S-A-A-I, that monitors a whole bunch of crap for you. You can hook it up to any sort of device that has an alt-link connection, like your fridge, and it can monitor your food stores, and it will order and have delivered the food to you so you don't have to run out. If you have like birthdays scheduled in your contacts, it'll be like, oh, this is what you bought for them like in the past, or this is what they've liked. Would you like me to buy this? And if you just say yes or yes each time, it'll just buy an order and you don't have to touch it whatsoever. Which is nice. Like, you never have to forget a birthday ever again because your agent just does it for you.
Right, yeah, no, 100%.
It can make and take calls, receive and return text messages, and if it's like super low-key stuff, it will even take and make a simulation of your voice and face to do those things for you. If it's on like the low end of stuff. Which is amazing. It learns what you like, it searches for your day-to-day, adapts accordingly. For instance, now that Moxie has started actually following Wraith's Garden page, her agent could start to alert her whenever he makes a new post or a new event is about to occur. Just on its own.
It's true.
Yeah.
All my new albums releasing.
No. See, it can connect. Oh, we already talked about that, but yeah, your cyberware, vehicles, other devices to share files if you would like. And given that your agent, yes, what is the hand?
I'm directing the Muppet in the background to leave.
Okay.
Instead of
I thought you were like, I have a
doing.
question. I have a point on this. Hang on. Wait. Stop.
I had a shoulder demon for a second.
Understood.
Oh
yes,
yeah.
Val.
No, that's an app you need.
That's exactly what it would be. I don't need it. Moxie doesn't need it. Her agent would be like, Moxie, Wraith is currently at this location. You might want to stay away from there. That's what her app would say.
Carrie would use it.
Yeah.
For the music downloads.
Right.
Yeah.
Your app would actually, your agent would automatically figure out which albums you download and would just download them automatically when a new one releases. It's,
Right.
yeah,
Love that.
it's fantastic. Now, because your device is more kind of like a person than just some mindless drone, because it does do all this wonderful stuff on its own, people have developed connections with their agents, and now that your agent can be hacked, or at any point it could have been taken, agents are a great plot hook for GMs as like a potential hostage. Because let me tell you,
now it's
some of
become a
those
big problem.
some of those things got taken. Yeah, they could be huge problems. Huge. Not just for runners, but like fixers, especially execs. And to tell you all about hacking, I'm going to pass it off to Games.
Hi, I'm Games. So really the things that you need to know about hacking, I'm going to keep it short and sweet, is, oh, thank you. So anybody can try to hack an agent. It's not a great idea unless that you're a netrunner or a fixer, but you are capable of doing it. All that it requires is that you have a breacher device, and with a breacher, you can wirelessly hack an agent that's within 20 kilometers of you. Not kilometers, meters. I apologize. Kilometers would be vastly different. But you have to, yeah, huge. But you have to be within line of sight of it, or it be in like a bag or a pocket, something that's thin. If it's behind a wall, or, and it didn't say armor in the book, but I'm assuming if it's behind armor, it becomes unhackable also. But that's my assumption. Because it's talking about like the thickness of the material is the problem.
But that's like
So-
cover, right? Your armor isn't, and depending on the armor, I mean, it's not. Even medium armor, Jack, I'd say you're probably fine. If it's heavier metal,
Right.
maybe.
Yeah. Anyway, sorry, that's me going off on a making stuff up.
We always go off on tangents on Night City Sofa.
So it takes about a full minute to hack a agent, and the DV is dependent on the quality of the agent. The better the agent, the harder it is. Cheap agents are going to start at a 17, medium is a 21, and the high end stuff's a 24, which is not easy to hit anyway. But yeah, I still don't think that you can hack internal agents, but Jess and I disagree. You can not only hack them wirelessly, you can physically be in contact with it, which makes it significantly easier. Your DVs go down to 15, 17, and 21, respectively. So they go down by basically 3 for each of those. And what you can do once you've hacked it is you can install a basic command. And depending on the command that you're adding in, is how long it takes you to do it, like how complex it is. For a 3-second or 1 round command that you can put in there, it can emit a tone, activate a flashlight, mute the agent, turn it off, things like that. Very small things. The full round, full minute, which takes 20 rounds to implant, can run programs, upload files, download files, place calls, and then the stuff that's like really deep into the hardware of the phone. It takes 5 full minutes to upload, which is 100 rounds of combat, which is insane. I don't suggest trying that in regular combat, but with that, you can change, you can like log people out, you can change users, you can do all kinds of stuff. You can have it send the location of that agent to your agent for the next 24 hours. You can have it order things for you. Yeah, it's just crazy the stuff you can do. So. And all of that lasts for about 24 hours after you do it. They can check and see if it's been tampered with, and their DV for that is going to be the same DV it was for you to hack it in the first place. And there's 2 new devices that are added into the section because they're all about the hacking, and that is the breacher, which you have to do the hacking, and then the crunch whistle. And the crunch whistle you can connect to your cyber deck, and that way you can connect directly from your cyber deck to the breacher, which makes it easier for you to hack if you're a decker. So yeah, it is all about hacking, I believe. Though Jess and I have some disagreements on it.
Chat,
did I miss anything?
Chat agrees with you.
Okay.
Chat agrees with you, and it does say
that
that a breacher alone can only hack external agents. My argument is not that only external agents can be hacked, is that if you have a crunch whistle, if you have a netrunner, they should be able to hack internal agents. So a breacher can't, so it would be a netrunner exclusive thing. But because they have to have the
skull
crunch whistle
provides enough cover that they can't access it?
No. No. I was like, well, maybe, what if their maelstrom were chromed out? And I was like, no, because my statement on armor was still a no. So...
If you think about the frequency of waves needed to see through bone, it's considerably slower than that of metal.
Yeah, and your internal agent would have a really hard time calling out if the skull was causing interference.
Exactly. So. If you had a port, I feel like you could just walk.
Do you think if you had a helmet?
Though, I will say, Lord Jesus Crust did point that you could put a tech upgrade to be able to hack internal agents on a breach.
Yeah.
I still know that necessarily says that a crunch whistle cannot, but.
So I love that name.
Crunch whistle. You know where that comes from?
No, Lord Jesus Christ.
Oh. I really like the crunch whistle, but yes, Lord Jesus Christ. But so Captain Crunch released these whistles in the 70s, these little plastic whistles that were the right tone to play into a phone to get it to make free calls.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, it's a huge thing in the hacking community in the early days of hacking. So, yeah, that's all about hacking.
I was gonna say, I do like that it says that if you have a physical agent, like, anyone can do it. Well, like, anyone says anyone can do it at any time, techs and netrunners have, like, their rollability will help them.
Yeah.
Easier.
Well, and that's the big thing, is that they have things that add to it instead of it just being, I apologize, I never said what the check is. It's an Alexec check versus that DV.
Yeah.
So, it does say, however, that you can gain access to their username or password through social engineering or another means, like if you know somebody who has that information for you. And all that does is give you a +2 on your hack, which I feel like is not nearly high enough for the, like, if I'm trying to do a 24, like, they have an excellent quality one and I'm doing it wirelessly, I'm like, now I just need a 22 to hack it with their username. Yay.
Well, that's 24 if you're doing it remotely. It drops, though, right? If you have it.
Yeah, if you're physically holding it, it goes down to a 21, and so it would be a 19, which is much more reasonable.
No.
And then once again, I'm talking about excellent quality agents, which is not everybody has those. So.
Moxie so needs to get one of those.
A fancy one?
Yeah, and on the topic of fancy agents, Aaron, tell us about all the agents that are in this DLC.
So many. Oh my goodness. So the ones here, we all know about the physical agent that you can get. But these, there's like a whole list of the internal agents that you can get. And they get pretty stinking fancy. We've got the EBM P1R2, or the PIR2, excuse me. That's about 500 eddies, give or take. It's expensive. And you lose 3 humanity or 1 day 6 when you install it. But it's the basic version of the agent that you can install in your head. It's ready to go. And it has a reduced chance for, like, migraines and all that other nasty stuff you get from shoving things in your brains. So that's happy.
Right.
It is an excellent English. It's an excellent quality agent. So it would be harder to hack, of course, if you could arguably hack internal agents. But there's that one. There's the MediaWare Brain Agent. And that one is 50 eddies. It's costly. Again, 1d6 loss of humanity if you install it. It's a discount, cheaply made, but it's widely available. You can find it pretty much anywhere. It does have rumors of security exploits that allow direct access to your brain if you do install it, which is not great. And it is considered libelous by the company, but of course it is. They're like, stop talking smack.
But it's also very affordable. So
Very affordable.
Is that the one Wraith has?
Yeah. Oh, I'm sure. He
just
didn't spend
found
500.
Then we've got the Raven Micro Cybernetics Drake, which is 100 eddies. Same loss of humanity. And this one is a common model of internal agent. A lot of people are walking around with this one. It doesn't have any standout features, but it also doesn't have great weaknesses. So if you choose to go with this one, it's a pretty solid option as far as safety goes. Then we've got the Rocklin Augmentix Neuron, which is a post-war design that just came out, but it uses new technology to project videos directly, like, into the user's optic nerve. So you don't need cyber glasses, you don't need goggles or anything like that. You can just see it right there. That's what...
Can I interrupt for a moment?
Yes, of course.
When we discussed history, we forgot to mention that, like, 80% of the agents that were out there were pre the Fourth Corporate Wars and just sitting in shipping containers. Yeah. Until, like, very recently when nice ones started coming out. But, like, the majority of agents on the street are, like, old pre-corporate war agents.
Yeah, because they stopped, like, manufacturing those and started manufacturing weapons for the war.
Right.
Yeah.
Which was way more important at the time.
Like you do.
They're really high value for fixers because it's really easy to get a bunch of them and they're easy to sell, so... that reminded me, so I wanted to mention it.
I was wondering about that, because I saw that Okay. So then we have the Segatari Double Agent, which is 50 eddies, still costly, but it's a classic, peak 2020 styling. It's got the black fancy case, not fancy, but brushed finish, silver circuit patterns, feels cheap because it's cheap. So there's that one. It is.
Sorry,
Huh?
you finish. You finish with that.
It's poor quality, but it's vintage.
So, sorry that I keep stepping on everyone's toes. I just get excited about things. So this is when, after Segatari released the original, there was like the cheap Fisher Price one. When they realized everybody wanted them, they made this one, the Double Agent, which was like, it's still the same shitty tablet, but they like made it look sleek with like black rims and everything, so that people would own it. And this is the reason that Segatari like failed as a business in the agent market, is because this was what they released when everybody else was releasing fancy agents. They were like, we got the same thing but in black. And so, yeah, I just thought it was. Sorry, I'll stop interrupting. That's the last time.
I feel like you and I should have traded subjects. Don't be sorry. You know a lot about stuff, and I love it. So then we've got another one, Wizard Technologies Merlin, which I thought sounded very exciting.
It's
1,000.
This is the one Moxie wants to get. She doesn't know it yet,
Yeah.
but this is the one Moxie wants to get.
I feel like Carrie would be like, ooh, she would never use it, but yeah. So it's 1,000 eddies, very expensive. You gotta be, I'm not gonna eat for 3 months or be well off. But it's like the OG Bluetooth headset when those first came out, and everybody who was anybody was walking around wearing them and talking to themselves and looking really silly. You get a Merlin to be seen with a Merlin. It's a big deal. But it's a little, wear it on your wrist. It's like fancy smartwatches. And it's got a halo display to show that you care about taste. It's like this, you fancy. It's excellent quality, straps to your wrist. It's got touchscreen and audio input, holographic and speaker output, and it adds +1 to wardrobe style skill checks. So that's a handy thing.
It's like walking around with an iPod during the height of all that.
Yeah.
Apple Watch, that's all I could think of.
Yeah, 100%.
The Apple Watch.
So then you've got the Zeta Tech Grade A, 100 eddies premium, and it's one of the most. It's not like super flashy. It's not super out there. It's really understated. It's super utilitarian. It's available everywhere. It does exactly what you need it to do. Super handy. Standard quality. It's got the touchscreen. It's got the input, output, microphone, audio. This is a happy way to go if you can.
This is like
And then
the
you've
agent
got-
you probably have, because the core book agent is 100 eddies. This is probably the one.
Right.
And then you've got the Zeta Tech Grade A Plus, brought to you by the same people. 500 eddies, so considerably more expensive. And this one it's like the normal one that you have, but it's upgraded. So it's got all the fancy bells and whistles, excellent quality. It's a happy way to go.
I feel like all they added was the holo projector.
Yeah.
Probably.
But it's like getting the Samsung like whatever year and then the whatever year plus. Like they added like one feature and they're like $500 more.
That's, yeah,
Yep.
exactly right. So those are all the internal agent things you can get. So there's some fun ones in there. Throwing my notebook.
Yeah. I don't know. I'm torn because, like, on one hand, I don't like the fact that my agent can be hacked now. On the other, I do agree with Jesus in the chat that this actually makes it feel like we're moving towards a high tech future,
Right.
not just like
Well, and
scrambling
that was-
to try to catch up from the like post war, like
That was
moving.
that was
forward.
always the a thing with me with Cyberpunk and Shadowrun. Like in 2020, a cell phone was like, I want to say $1,000 for a cell phone, and like you had to pay for your minutes and everything. And I was like, this is supposed to be the future. Don't make it now. So at least like this DLC is like, no, fancy holograms and stuff. So like it is the future. But yeah, this also adds in the problem of hacking.
The future coming to a present near you.
I want like a Nokia brick, but
Right.
that could also do the hologram stuff.
Project a hologram.
Exactly. But I can throw it off a 4-story balcony, and
Right.
it'll be okay.
And it'll be fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did we want to discuss programs?
Yeah, we're gonna go into apps now. Who wants to start?
I guess I will.
Sure.
We each just picked a couple to talk about, randomly, more or less, because all of these apps are really neat and totally worth checking out. I already put the link for the DLC, but you should definitely check it out. The first one I wanted to talk about, though, was the Big Sigh, and it is a better AI for your agent that, just makes it faster and better. You get a +1 to your library search. Instead of getting a +2, you have a +3 to your library search if you use your agent. The small trade-off, because it costs 100 EB, is that also it reports constantly to Ziggurat what you're doing all the time.
It's a minor problem.
I was gonna say let's get it for Dahlia, and now I'm like, no.
It's better than everything else at a small cost. And then the other one I wanted to talk about is half the cost, the watch box. And it's made by Gunmart, which is literally like the biggest joke company. But basically you install it and then it uses the sensors that are built into your agent. It scans the room, and if anybody who wasn't in the room when it scanned comes in, or it moves, or there's a loud noise, then it'll start making a beacon sound and flash a bright light. So basically it's like a motion detector that you can turn your phone into, which is awesome.
And if you need to cover a larger area, just have multiple phones. Like, have everyone in your crew on the edge of
Buy a
that.
whole bunch of really cheap phones.
Yep.
On the edge of that periphery. There you go. Done. I don't know, there's so many, there's like, I keep flip-flopping which apps I want to talk about. I will quickly talk about the fact that Roach Race is an app canonically now in the world, which is actually, I didn't realize it until Vel pointed it out in our Discord, an app you can get for your phone today. So I've now downloaded it through the Play Store and have it on my phone. I am significantly worse on my phone than I am in game. If I play Cyberpunk 2077 with the computer, I'm much better with the arrow keys than I am tapping a screen. Fun fact I learned today. Oh, but you can pick up Road Race. I think what's the cost of Road Race? Is there anything? It's 20.
20
It's only 20 EB.
Yeah,
There
it's
you go.
cheap.
Super cheap.
every day.
No, every day is the price category.
Yeah.
I made that
Yeah.
mistake on multiple
I was like, that's
things.
expensive.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. I was like, man, every day is expensive. And then someone was like, that's the category. I went, oh, I'm an idiot. So,
I feel silly.
yeah. The other one I want to talk about is where I lost it. It's only 10 eddies. And it's called the Bang Me app, which I thought was for something completely different. It is essentially just a cash payment transfer app. That's it. That's all it does. So you don't have to carry around thousands of eddies on you, which, hey, may be useful. Just a thought.
Well,
Smart.
and sometimes I assume we have it anyway. When I'm like, yeah, I give them the money. I assume I'm just sliding them the money instead of like handing, because you don't want to like even if you were carrying 10,000 eddies in your pocket for some reason, you don't want to like pull out your wallet and open it up in a dark alley. That seems like a really bad plan. So like sliding it is a better plan.
Maybe.
But also, if you get hacked,
Right?
that's
Stupid
bad.
hacking.
Stupid egg.
So can I? Okay, I'm gonna flip flop one of mine.
Yeah, go for it.
Okay, cool. So, I just saw The Brainwasher. I just read it, rather,
Yes.
and I really like this one. I was going to talk about The Garden, but everybody knows what that is. So it's from No Brainer, and it's Psy-powered therapy app. So, it's AI, and they can give you talk therapy through the AI. They can't, like, prescribe medications or chips to fix whatever you got going on up there, but talk therapy is really handy for people. I feel like maybe Cyberpunk wouldn't be as dark future if maybe we did some therapy stuff. So it's a beautiful thing. And it's 50 eddies per month. So compared to actual therapy, that's pretty darn
It's very
affordable.
doable. Yeah.
Yeah. So I like therapy. Go team.
Except, did you notice that if it's on an odd, it requires an extra day, and the app blocks progress?
Fair enough.
Oh.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah,
But No
Yeah.
Brainer is the Gunmark company, right? So it's like
Yeah.
a trash company anyway.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
But no, it's a great idea to have therapy free on your phone.
Right? We just use our friends for that. Like,
yeah. It's like you could end a day early, or you could pay an extra day, depending on
yeah.
how you
Idiot.
do.
Okay, so the other one is not as problematic. It is Elfline's online health tracker. And for the avid gamers, like the indie bandits are, this gives you access to your ELO account. So you can see all of your chat stuff, you can see trade items, you can organize raids, you can track whoever PvP'd you in the middle of the forest, and then maybe you can go see them in real life and get some revenge. Up to you how you use it, but I think especially for us as the indie bandits, if we're wanting to talk to Lily or we're wanting to talk to Cammy, that would be a very handy feature
So
for us
thought
to
you were
use.
going to say shiny pants, and I love that he was not a consideration whatsoever. It was Cammy.
Lone Wolf,
No,
I do not
Dark
think
Wolf.
about him. Dark, whatever.
Wolf.
Wolf.
Shiny.
Shiny.
We don't trust him. His pants are too clean. So yeah. And then I actually had an idea for an app while we were doing our Indie Bandit session on Sunday. And I don't know how much I would make it cost or any of the logistics like that. But no spoilers, I thought it would be really handy to have effectively like a Krita or a, what's it called, Photoshop type app on an agent that I could draw in real time and then project with the hologram stuff whatever the hell I'm talking about. So if we're planning a raid, I can be like, here's this door, we're gonna go in here, we're gonna infiltrate this, knock that guy out. Boom, you've got the playing board right in front of you.
I like it. It's like a whiteboard app.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's what I was thinking of. I could have used one on Sunday,
Right.
but I don't have one.
I assume you did like yell at your agent each time, being like, "Order 1 gallon of bleach. Make that
Probably.
5 gallons.
Yeah,
Actually, 20
got the
gallons.
Palm Pilot running.
You know what?
Double-
Just order
double
all
bleach
the
order.
bleach in Haywood.
all of the bleach.
All of the bleach. Carrie, are you sure all of the bleach in Haywood?
All of it. I'm gonna make a bleach bomb. It's
Right.
gonna be a whole thing.
I feel like we should talk about the Hus tool app.
Probably.
It's
And
yeah.
I think even though my version's better than your version,
just
I still think it's worthwhile.
just because you're holding on to version 0 and didn't update to version 1. Does not mean that's what you get to use.
It's just games in real life. Kids still using Vista over here.
Man, I wish I had Vista. Sorry, I got busy reading and so we got real quiet
that's
there.
You know what? We will reread that when we go through the community ones. We'll start with that one. Because that's fantastic, and yes.
That's great.
Yes.
But essentially the Hustle is odd job. It's an odd job app. It pays 10 EB. It takes at least 30 minutes at the job itself, and then whatever travel time would be on top of that. Which people pointed out that you could just do that instead of actually hustling. When I crunched the numbers, I was like, I would make more money doing this instead of hustling as a media role. Like, legit.
Yeah. I make one of the higher salaries for just doing a week's hustle.
Same.
And I think using that app, I would still make more money.
Yeah.
But I'd have to work harder, so I'm going to keep doing it my way.
See, my issue is much better have to, interact with more people. All across the city, and that's one, dangerous at this point with her reputation, and two, not worth the just exhaustion of dealing with people.
It's like if Moxie became an Uber driver and the Philharmonic Vampires ordered your Uber. No, decline.
Nah, Philharmonic's fine. They're fine. The other ones, whose name we still don't know.
Doing Uber Eats. Yeah, sorry. I ate your cheese sticks, but...
Look, they accidentally gave you 7. You only ordered 6, so I ate one of your cheese sticks. You still got the same number of cheese sticks. But I opened the red sauce because I needed to dip it in something, so there's that.
Didn't double dip, it's fine.
Might have double dipped it.
Did they mean to say humping a sofa? Or is that a mistype?
Where is that? What?
In the middle of Hustool.
Humping means to move, I believe.
Humping a sofa up some stairs.
Yeah, it means
that is not
to move.
The mental image that evokes.
Yeah, it's not a commonly used word.
Etymologically, yes.
I will say too, it's also, yes, I was just about to say that your GM does decide if there are any jobs available, because it is a big city. So there's a lot of people scrambling for those. And there is a chance that you either don't get the job or something goes horribly wrong while you're there. I would agree as well that it's not going to help increase your rep. If you're an edge runner, your rep is everything. You're not going to get bigger jobs unless you have a reputation. Doing small jobs like changing Abuelita's light bulb because she can't reach it is not going to get you any sort of reputation. It's really sweet of you, but no.
I will say I would personally, as probably just as Wraith, not as Damien, exploit this app to hire people to smurf for me to do random small tasks that I need done, so that I didn't have to rely on somebody I knew, No.
For example, no, please give us an example.
It would be show up at this place and knock on the door, deliver a cheese sandwich to this warehouse for the situation we're currently in.
Oh my god. You would get them killed. This is why, no offense, this is why your friends die. I'm just saying.
Oh, spoilers, but look.
It's so true.
I would explain more, but spoilers for... Well, we're going to talk about anyway.
I got a 10 rep in Sunnyside retirement home.
Those little old ladies love you.
No, it would be 10 rep. No, you know what? No, it would be nice. Okay, so... Let's start reading apps from the community, and before we lose it, I'm gonna say, Games, do you want to read Lord Jesus Cross like he posted in chat?
I will let somebody else read it if they'd like to. Fine.
But you could do it in that voice I can't do.
What voice?
Like a great announcement voice.
Oh, do I have an announcement voice?
You do.
Have you heard of the critically acclaimed MMORPG Elflines Online, which does not feature a free-to-play trial, which does not feature a free-to-play trial of up to rank 7, does not include an award-winning Miasma Lands expansion, and has limited playtime? Purchase the Explore the Elflands today. Requires Segatari Rush Revolution Interactive Braindance headset to play. 500 EB. I need a better, may cause blindness.
Yes. The side effects may include. Oh, man.
As if you've ever sneezed on the second Tuesday of the month.
Oh, no. It was like... Sorry, that was a tangent. That was going off on
an unrelated tangent?
Sorry, uh-huh.
Uh-huh. Alright.
Do you remember...
No, go ahead. Go with the tangent. Just go with the tangent. I'm here.
Do you remember... I forget which one it is. It was a blocker of some sort. But when it came out, in the ad, they're like, do not eat grapefruit or be around grapefruit if you take this drug. Before I knew why that was a thing, but I started seeing it on the commercials, I'm like, the fuck is happening? What's going on with grapefruits?
Yeah.
It was really startling.
Tell you about that, but grapefruit messes with a lot of stuff.
Uh-huh. Fucking grapefruits. Alright, that was all. That's all I needed to say.
That's all we need to
It's
say.
scary.
Kind of want to make now grapefruit medical app that just cuz it's called the grapefruit.
Honestly.
All it does is actually monitor your levels. It's a bio monitor. That's all it is. But the app is called the grapefruit. You're just paying extra for an additional biomon.
And if you can type in what medication you're on and it'll tell you if grapefruit is gonna fuck you up because of it, I think that's a wonderful idea.
There you go. That's all the app does. The grapefruit app does. Is if you type in your medication, it'll tell you grapefruits are bad.
That would be so handy.
That's it. That's all it does.
Yeah, I love grapefruit. I didn't understand its dangers.
They're evil.
I like that it's how Jesus Christ said it's the fugu fish of fruit.
Yes. That's exactly right.
Nobody tells you. Okay. So apps. I'm gonna start with mine because it's at the top of the list. So I created an app called Siren's Call. It costs 100 EB. It was made by the Stormriders Nomad Pack, which were featured in the Indie Bandits. And the app will blare a loud tornado warning siren sound. I have to edit this, probably only for 3 seconds. Maybe 6. Whenever an extreme weather effect is about to hit your location. So it gives the user a warning before an extreme weather event hits for one time segment lower than the event is set to last. So if it would last X days, you get to be notified X hours. If it lasts X hours, you're notified X minutes ahead of time. For things like, I think, Blood Rain, which only lasts 15 minutes, you get 15 seconds warning before it hits.
Oh no.
Uh-huh. So really good for things that are gonna last a couple days away, because at least you get a 2-hour warning. Otherwise, you get a couple seconds to be like, hey, pull out that umbrella or get inside, now.
Yeah.
Or suffer. However, due to the volume of the siren, those who install this app onto an internal agent without proper sound dampening protection will suffer the damaged ear critical injury if and when it goes off.
Small side effect.
Small side
Yeah.
effect. Small side effect may
And if
include
you've eaten a
damaged ear.
grapefruit, it may
Eat a
kill you.
grapefruit. It'll play the minion siren effect instead of a tornado.
What minion siren effect?
When they're like, Beetle, Beetle.
Oh, okay.
I don't watch kids' movies. Jeez.
I just watched it and I was like, man, I should know this.
I was just
feel like
thinking
that
the
wouldn't be,
beginning when
like-
they're doing the ba ba ba.
Yeah. Oh, doing that.
Loud enough.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that too. It's on what you find more obnoxious. So I have one from Beelzebjorn, which is a fantastic name also, by the way. I'm just fangirling over everyone's name tonight. And the cost varies from dirt cheap to a small fortune. It is called Oculus Day. Let's see what that's about. Owners of personal drones can make an extra buck renting it out through this fairly shady service, where available drones are sorted by model, area, level of encryption, capabilities, and above all, the reputation of the operator. This allows someone who has the app installed to quickly find an available drone for aerial surveillance, which is useful services for criminals, medias, investigators, and general creeps. Prices vary a lot, but you might not want to cheap out, seeing as an operator of poor reputation might just be some average Joe looking for an easy buck who hasn't bothered to make sure the drone's memory is wiped regularly, or didn't bother with proper encryption. Or worse, someone who will eavesdrop on what you use the drone for, and might use it to extort you later. A good drone can track and watch a guard person through their agent, facial recognition, their car, or what have you, and take high-resolution images or even map out an area in 3D. Expensive and highly illegal models can even specifically be told to survey NCPD patrol cars, signal jam an area or watch for and intercept other drones. Even crap drones come with an FLIR image enhancements, laser rangefinders, good 2D cameras, and so on.
That would be super helpful to have.
That would be
There's been a lot of times I'm like, man, if we had a drone,
Yeah,
Now we could just rent one.
right?
there you go.
It's just the added
They
risk
would
of
rent me exactly one before I got kicked off the app.
100%. 100%. See, my thing is like trusting the person to not, also sell that information on who rented the drone and who was what they were spying on.
Right?
Yeah. So I came up with an app, by the way, for Damien, for Indie Bandits, called Fix It. Solely for him. It's not like... I think I put prices there, but it could just be... Dahlia could just make this for him, so that whenever he types or texts, yes, I can get that order for you, or yes, I can get that for you, it automatically tracks his orders and sends him, like, frequent reminders of, hey, this is due. Hey, this is coming up due. You said to be ready tomorrow. This is 24 hours notice. Hey, this has been overdue by a week.
I feel like if Dahlia built it, it would also warn him if it's not going to be possible. Because typically she's being roped in to do whatever it is he's promised he's going to do. So if she can't do it, it's
It'll
just going
start
to be like,
buzzing
no.
if I start trying to agree to something.
Yeah.
Yeah, she set up limitations on his, so what you can and cannot accept. No, that is a rocket launcher. No, we're not going to get one.
And it blocks me from texting certain contacts.
Yeah.
I feel like your contacts would appreciate that, like a built-in thing. When you send out mass messages, it filters it through the program first, and it's like,
Yeah, it's
only
like,
these
no.
ones. Only these ones who would actually have it.
Yep.
My burrito vendor is getting text messages like, hey, do you need a planter box?
Oh my god, you texted in, I think, in the span of like 24 hours.
Like 6 times.
I don't
It
know
was
if
so
it was,
many times.
I don't know if it was that bad. It was like, hey, does anybody have any 90s stuff, I think, first, followed by, hey, does anyone have hip clips, followed by, hey, does anyone have any garden planters, followed by, hey, I have a garden planter if anybody needs them. So it was like 3 requests.
In like 12 hours.
Yeah, it was probably closer to 12 hours. It's like just spam texting. So yeah, you got blocked by a Bandita for that.
Yeah, but a different one still answers.
Is that what happened to Sapphire?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's why I had to take Sapphire off
wondered.
my contact sheet.
It's like, what did you do?
You had to switch it to someone else because she was like, oh no, I'm not dealing with this.
I feel like before Carrie got to know him, she was in the same boat.
Oh, for sure.
I'm pretty sure Dawn and Dusk have both set theirs to, unless it's a question, like, unless it's I have something or I want to schedule a meeting, their agent just like auto-deletes it.
Deletes
Yeah.
it, puts it in the
Constant.
junk
Yeah.
folder.
No, just auto-deletes. Scans, auto-deletes.
Hey, do you have delete?
And good night.
Yes, followed by
I love
voice
that
command
idea.
says, no, Damien. I said, no, I'm not going to make that for you. That blares loudly so that anybody in the vicinity can hear that.
Also occurs if I start sending a whole bunch of blurry pictures.
Oh god.
No.
Oh.
I like the howl imagery.
Right.
All of it. I'm really enjoying that.
Aaron, do you want to read Life Hack?
I do. Also, by Beaselbjorn. I'm just getting all your stuff tonight and I love it. So the cost for Life Hack is really expensive and requires some cyberware to work. The non-VIP package is a bit more affordable, but comes with some conditions. This app requires the installation of a doll chip and a biomon, which would give most people pause. However, the manufacturer boasts a very secure and legal version of the doll chip, which is delivered within 2 days of signing up for the app and can be installed by your favorite Ripper. What this app does is allow your agent to assume control of your body while you tune out to watch a BD or some other virtual activity. Your agent will use your body to handle all those pesky chores like working out, cleaning, or attending your AA meeting. The Biomon integration ensures the agent doesn't go too far with your workout or miss a bathroom break. This one is pricey, and word on the street has if it's not quite as secure and unhackable as advertised. Though Lifehack customer service claims tales of people being turned into slave drones by hackers are all urban legend horror stories. The standard package cuts down the cost substantially, but allows Lifehack to collect data for service improvement, which essentially means that allowing them to monitor everything you see, hear, or do at any point.
If this wasn't so terrifying, it's kind of a great idea. Because I would love to, like, I'm going to marathon a TV series, do my house cleaning, you know?
Yeah.
Like, that would be so nice. But, like, I don't know, trusting my phone to take over my body to do these
You know.
things.
I
Well,
have the
corporation
same
gets to
feeling.
watch everything you do. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
I have the same feeling about this that I do about noise canceling earbuds
Right.
as a 5 foot tall, 90 something pound female. Not something I would ever use
Yeah.
because I could not be aware of what was happening around me at all times. So I start doing my dishes and then I wake up in a warehouse like 40 blocks away. No, thank you.
Yeah.
It's super cool.
But that's a cool idea. I would definitely do that.
Mhm.
Like to do the dishes.
Right.
Yes. Take me away.
If it were safe, I would
If
do
it
it.
were safe.
If it was mostly safe, I would do it. It doesn't even have to be all the way safe.
Yeah.
There's some trade-off I'm willing to do here.
Spoken like a true dude.
Yeah, no, for sure. Oh my god, yes. The free version, but you have to sing jingles in public spaces.
Oh, hell yeah, we do that anyway.
Like, just walk up to a bus stop, like, bum bum bumblebee bumblebees tuna. I love bumblebee bumblebees tuna.
Avocados from Mexico.
Hashtag not sponsored.
Yeah, well,
Sorry,
that was an ad from like the 70s. I think
Yeah.
we're safe.
mine was less than 10 seconds.
Mine was So I wanted to talk about overworld music from Chris. It is free or 20 EVs per month.
Oh my god, that's horrifying. Sorry.
What?
Jesus Christ, I can only imagine someone with a tech upgraded breacher hacking you in the middle of combat and turning it on.
Oh no!
Yeah!
See?
You start like sweeping the floor in the middle of combat.
Singing a jingle. That actually might make a great distraction.
Plop, plop,
but
fizz,
also...
fizz, oh, what a relief it is.
Oh, what is it? Was it Gamer? Where they did that to, was it Spider Mike, and he was just standing there, like, sweeping floors while they had no control over what was going on around them?
I don't remember.
I think it was
I
Gamer.
don't.
That's what that made me think of. Horrifying. Anyway,
That's the
sorry,
combat.
you were talking about music.
Overworld music. But now I'm off on a tangent. But I'm going to go back to overworld music. From Killstorm Music. After spending an hour calibrating with your personality and music proclivities, overworld music utilizes any sensory input available to take in your surroundings and generate a suitable, context-appropriate playlist on the fly, broadcasted through whatever internal or external system the agent has access to. The app plays music. The paid version generally provides no mechanical benefit or drawback, though it might give situational modifiers at the GM's discretion. However, the free version interjects ads into the music no more than once per 5 minutes, usually at more annoying times and at 50% higher volume, higher than the music, forcing a DC 10 concentration check for the user performing the delicate task. So like on a failure of a task, you take a -2 penalty on the roll. Like I love this
Yep.
Yeah.
because it's basically Spotify, but like smart Spotify and in your brain. So I love this. It's a
Imagine
great idea.
tuning that to your laser light jacket,
Oh my god.
right? So when you get in combat, not only does your jacket flash red, but it also puts like intense battle combat music to make you feel like you're a badass.
Right.
Yeah.
It really like convince you of it. Plus,
Thank
if you got
hydrate and
those
posture.
really big, thank you, posture. Also, weapons grade Spotify. Now, those speakers that can cause like broken eardrums and stuff like that, get those like on the outside of your vehicle if you're a nomad, and like just play your playlist as your.
It just made me think
I
of Mad
feel
Max, like shit.
I can only assume that Carrie or Chadwick would be the same as me.
Right.
Because I am them. But we would be traipsing through Elfhold and then No Diggity would just start playing out of nowhere because that's how my brain works. So I don't know how appropriate that would be.
That'd be awesome, though.
Or get some Conway Twitty going, like when we're in the car for no reason.
Right. Well, so this kind of happened in IRL, kind of. So we were doing the roller derby. I had to consciously decide not to say rollerball tournament, and we had a playlist that was put into chat. And normally I don't listen to anything else like while I'm in stream. I'm just focused on stream. No, I was listening to that. That made it so much more metal. The roller derby. It was so awesome. Do you ever listen to that playlist?
I still need to. I know, I'm behind.
But yeah,
Also,
no, you
yeah.
can find that app with the cheap sniper eyes to where you're seeing the ad while the ad's playing in your brain.
No, seeing one ad and hearing a different one. DV check just went higher on that concentration, dude, let me tell you.
Oh yeah,
Straight to jail.
it's a DV20,
Gone.
and it's the like minute and a half unskippable ads on YouTube that's showing in your eyes.
It's my worst nightmare. As a real human being, I cannot.
Right. Cannot.
Too much.
Ooh yeah. Basically a hazard app for it that like just blinds people and sets up hypersonic tones. That'd be cool. Sorry.
And they shit their pants.
Reading chat instead of...
So bad.
Am I? Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. This is me. I'm paying attention. Dieselborn. Yorn, excuse me. Back with another one. Discerner / undiscern. Cost free to use 5 EB a month or 50 EB for a year. That's a bargain. To sign up for Undiscern Me that exclude you from being scanned by it. Discerner uses the latest in voice and behavioral analysis together with the scraping of social media, government records, customer reviews, and a plethora of other data points to turn your agent into your personal lie detector. Whether negotiating with a car salesman, settling an argument, or trying to find out if your spouse really worked late, this app will assist you in finding out. This app is a load of crap, and doesn't work to real-time analyze whether someone is lying or fraudulent. Obviously. What it has going for it is the belief that it works, and about 1 million hours of ad space to convince people that it does. Coincidentally, the corporation also markets an app that opts you out of Discerner's algorithm for a monthly fee. Jeez.
So it's free if you want to use it, but if you want other people to not use it on you, that costs
Yeah.
money.
That's so sketchy. I love it.
I know, it's probably one of the best, like, corporate apps I've seen, where it's like, it does absolutely nothing, but we make money off of you.
Well, and that's the thing you so fear.
Yeah.
You make people believe it does that thing. And then
It's
boom, millionaires.
so corp that it's scary.
It's brilliant.
Yeah.
And terrifying.
They had another one that is open source, is the cost for it. So it is just software out there in the world called Money Shot, which is, so your targeting scope and your smart weapon link and then make basically a GIF of your last kill that you had. And so you can share that, and you can like add special effects and sound effects and stuff to it and share it. Which, man, you'd have to be so messed up for that to be a thing that you're like, hey, look at this, look at what I did.
Maelstrom?
Yeah, no. I'm sure they have entire pages
I'm sure-
dedicated to it.
Tons of gangs that would use that.
Right.
Talsorian, are you okay?
I also like
Do you want to talk?
the thing about how NCPD has solved a lot of crimes because of this.
My favorite line in that entire app.
Clean your cache.
Yeah.
Love it.
Yeah, no, you're right. There are a lot of people that would take full advantage of it.
Yeah.
They probably, you know what, if they designed it, it definitely was released under somebody else. Because they didn't want it linked, but that would be smart for NCPD to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Yep.
Aren't those one and the same, Val? Aren't those one and the same?
Prank results. It's like the Bam Margera of Cyberpunk.
I see a lot of the prank gangs in this as being a lot like the Joker from 69 or 66 Batman. And like all of their pranks are super deadly, but like it's a joke.
It's for fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hilarious.
Have you ever seen a New Girl?
Yeah.
Winston's pranks?
Yeah.
That are just so... They're either awful or they're legitimately dangerous.
Right. Well, they would want you to survive to go insane, I would think.
I suppose it depends on the prank.
Yeah.
Alright, and the last app submission we had is from Zelbin, called A Stone Companion. Stone Companion is a rock raising sim in which you grow your tiny pebble into mighty boulders. To achieve this, you must either digitally take care of your rock by feeding and interacting with it, giving it baths, petting, etc., or you can grow your pebble by crushing other stones. Costs 10 EB, and then 5 EB per revival. When you buy the app, you choose from one of 3 rock types, Ingenious, Metamorphic, or Sedimentary. You get free virtual googly-eyed stone of that rock type with slight variations to choose from, and along with 2 growth points. What are growth points, you may ask? Growth points are used to increase one of your stone's 3 stats: heavy, hard, and sharp. All 3 of these stats start at 1, and with a week of care you get 1 growth point. With every stone you crush, you gain 1 growth point. To crush other stones, or crushing other stones, while traveling around Night City, or whatever city you are in, you may come in contact, a 30-meter radius, with other rival stone types. When this happens, your agent will vibrate and ding twice. You can then enter the app and challenge the other stone holder. They can accept your challenge and go into combat. If they decline or don't respond in 120 seconds, they admit defeat, and no stone is crushed. The winner gains nothing and has to wait 24 hours before he can challenge that opponent again. The loser has a week of time added to earn a growth point through care. Now, how fighting works. You choose one of your 3 stats to attack with, but you can only use that attack once per battle. Heavy is strong against hard, hard is strong against sharp, and sharp is strong against heavy. When your attack is strong versus the opponent's, your stone's attack is double your growth points in that stat. It means you can still lose if the opponent's attack stat is higher, but you have a better chance. If the opponent chooses the same attack, the stone with the most growth points in that stat wins. When you win a battle, your stone crushes the other stone, and you gain a growth point. If your stone was crushed, you must buy an in-app revival for 5 EB. The revive looks like a bag of cement, so you essentially just cement grow your rock back into form, which I love. Becoming boulders. The more growth points your stone accumulates, the bigger it becomes. There is also, however, a 6-month set time period to grow your stone and a leaderboard that shows all of the current stone growth points. Whoever's the top 3 at the end of the 6-month time period gets a permanent star next to their name, and the star color changes with rank. After which a reset happens where everyone must raise their stone again. You can also show your stone some love by buying some in-app cosmetic items, which include, but are not limited to, hats, scarves, glasses, and different eye sets. Try with your hologram agent for maximum fun. But possibly the best thing about this posting was also coming to a store near you, Stone Companion Portable. Stone Companion without the agent. Which is, of course, just a rock with googly eyes on it.
I will take 10. Gimme.
This is so well thought out. This could go in one of the DLCs.
I love it so much.
Right? It's essentially like, I think it's, as Bjorn posted, like Battle Tamagotchi, but absolutely like rock, paper, scissors with stones.
Right.
Copyright
Yes.
this.
And I love it so much.
Selbin!
You're watching.
TM.
Mail this video to yourself.
I told him, I was like, this should be a homebrew DLC, man. Just do it.
Yeah.
Do it.
I love that.
It's so good.
I like that the cosmetic items, I feel like you should get points too. Like, for your cosmetic stuff. Like, you could paint the rock pet.
Maybe you get a different type of star or a different symbol next to it for being like the most attractive stone at the end of 6 months.
Absolutely not. But if you pay for Stone Companion Fashion app, you can enter your boulder every 6 months to compete in the latest fashion.
And I want it to have like different seasonal fashion.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. But the Stone Companion Fashion app is different from Stone Companion.
Right.
Yeah.
I have absolutely no
Legally
idea.
distinct.
I'm just putting it out there, Zelvin. It's your app, you tell me.
And I think that about covers
That's
the
it, yeah.
DLC from last month.
Such a great DLC.
For sure. Like we said, I'm worried that it adds hacking into the world because that's another thing to be worried about
I know.
in the dark future. But it adds a lot of really good stuff too.
Mind you,
Just see.
I should say, Moxie doesn't put a lot of information on her agent, because she does all her articles and everything on her laptop, which is encrypted. And her contacts are already named, like, with code names.
Yeah.
So, feel a little bit better.
Well, and I did that throwaway plot thing where I lost my agent. Like, we didn't even discuss that, and I was like, hey, I think it'd be fun if he lost his agent. That's a much bigger deal now.
Oh, I'm sure somebody already had it and had broken into it. Like...
I just see the bandits. I just see us trying to hack each other's shit.
While we're hanging out.
Yeah. Yeah. And Carrie getting a little, like, too excited about it and accidentally hacking Damien's and then being terrified about what she finds. And then not speaking to you for a week.
That's 100% not what happened. You would hack the agent and you'd see like a bunch of shit that's just completely disorganized, and you would tune out to the world and just start organizing his files. That's what you would do. And then you would actually help improve his side, because they'd be like, oh, this is what it wants.
Oh, that makes sense.
Because it adapts to the user, so if the user's brain is very kerfuffled, and then he'd never be able to find anything on his phone because it was actually organized.
Ever again.
I love it. Yeah. You mean my contacts were in the context section and not with my orders? That makes no sense.
It's like my teenager's phone. He's trying to tell me where stuff is. I'm like, what folder is that? He's like, it's this one over here. I'm like, no.
That's exactly it. It's exactly it.
I get love. I want to get
so many of these apps.
So many things.
But you can. You guys actually have some good cash right now. Don't resist it. Give in to the urge, Bjorn. Give in to the urge. Write all the forensic apps. All of them. Oh, I should say, though, on that note, it is a good point to bring up that in the DLC, it does mention that an application to do something will never be as good as actually having the tool. So while an app can help you, like a text scanner, it's never going to be as good as having an actual text scanner with you.
Yeah.
I just want the rock out. And the ELO one. EOE.
I'm surprised you guys didn't actually already get the ELO one.
Yeah, no.
Yeah.
I need to save my money for air purifiers, and assuming I survive.
Speaking of, we should, as we're coming to the end of this Night City Sofa episode, thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for being here. Thank you for chatting. If you have any further app ideas, post them in our Discord in the app section, or if you're watching this on YouTube, post them in the comments below. We want to see them, and maybe we'll throw them in our game. You never know. I'm whimsical like that. So do it. Let us know. We'll return. Night City Sofa will return soon, either at the end of this month or the beginning of next, with likely a Q&A for Shades of Scarlet, and then going over April's DLC, which has already released. Go check it out. We have a fun little mini game that we're going to be doing around that one. So whether that happens the end of this month or beginning of next, figuring out with Q&A, one or the other will happen. It'll be great. So stay tuned for that. As for other streams on the channel, Shades of Scarlet and Indie Bandits are happening this weekend. Both start at 10 p.m. Eastern. Both are about to get into a combat encounter. And thankfully... Did you just say Shades isn't? Is that what you just said?
It's a stealth mission.
Both are about to get into a combat encounter, and thankfully...
We're just getting a plate of Jell-O. Some cookies.
Yeah, it'll be fine. It'll be fine. We're raising money for Extra Life Charity. They're doing their tabletop weekend fundraising event for the 12th to the 14th, but because of where we're at in our games, we're extending it to start on the 6th. Actually, it's currently semi-live now. So if you would like to donate to giving a member of Shades of Scarlet or Indie Bandits bonuses to their critical, like to their hits or their skill checks, refreshing their luck pools, giving them a critical hit, an injury that they can give, or if you would like, you can give that to Blank as the GM for Jade Scarlet, or to me as the GM of Indie Bandits. I wouldn't mind some positives to utilize on occasion. Mwahaha.
She's gonna kill us.
We'll see. We'll see how it goes. So you can donate to that now. I believe if you hit donate, bang donate, the link, hopefully. If I did it right, the link should appear.
We did!
It did!
You did it, Jess.
I did a lot on Tuesday, and I wasn't sure if there was something I missed. But yeah, check it out, donate, help us out. During the game on Saturday, we have 2 extra donations, one for $75 and another one for $100 that are not live yet. You can see what those are on Saturday, and on Sunday, I will spoiler it now. In addition to giving bonuses to checks like +1s, +3s, or minuses, you have the option of possibly, if you donate, removing the current -2 penalty that both Damien and Dahlia have. Respectfully, you'd have to pay for it twice, so that they don't take a -2 to all their attack rolls and skill checks and everything else. So you could help a cast member, or you could hinder them even further. Either way, we are here for it.
For sure.
Sure.
We've had a TPK in ELO. We have not had a TPK in Meat Space.
That would be so sad because TPKs in Meat Space are permanent.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we can play Shadowrun.
Yeah, and then we switch to Shadowrun. My plan. Oh no, they know my plan. No, I'm joking. Otherwise, we have some couple extra streams happening next week, but we will tell you about those during the game Saturday and Saturday. So, or check our socials. Blue Sky's really good for that. Instagram, and yeah, Patreon. Stagers at Patreon. Lots of free articles on there with show schedules and stuff. So, all good stuff. Check it out.
We say stuff on the Discord.
Yeah, we do on occasion. I think that's it.
I believe so.
Yes. Okay.
Thank you for joining us,
We're going
guys.
to say goodbye. We are going to raid Entropy Emporium.
Raid!
So stay tuned for that. They are a great group of individuals. They're playing...
What
are they playing? Cypher System?
I don't know. I think so.
Yeah, looks like. So we're going to go raid them. So stay tuned for that. And take care of yourselves. We'll see you Saturday. Bye.